I think my favorite thing about the games industry is how it's always rapidly evolving. You know, in 1984, you got Tetris, a simple block puzzle game with a plain visual style. Then over the next 35 years, we see so many advances in technological capabilities that developers can finally make their fully inspired games they always wanted to. Like Tetris. With over 2.8 million players, a Tetris Battle Royale game doesn't seem like the first thing a AAA studio would ever bother with. It's like a thing you'd mention to a friend saying, hey, you know what would be funny? If they made a Tetris Battle Royale game. And then you would just never speak of it again. Yet apparently, it was a worthwhile investment because they did it not just once, but thrice. Okay, so with the reveal of Pac-Man 99 this week, I just have to share my opinions on the 99 series and how it reflects on the internet as a whole. Because what Nintendo is doing here is honestly kinda genius. So let's talk about these games and how they actually work. Last time I checked, Tetris, Super Mario Bros, and Pac-Man were all single-player driven experiences. So how could you even translate that to an online multiplayer experience? One option is to have all 99 players interacting with the same map. Something I honestly wish was an option in these games, for the same reason it's probably not an option. It would be super chaotic. Yeah, so that's not gonna work, is what I'm sure the director said at the board meeting after that pitch. Then someone else spoke up and said, I got it. What if we made it single player? Wait a minute, that's it! So everyone plays their own game of Tetris or Pac-Man or Mario, and you all attack players indirectly by doing better in your own game. In Tetris, other players can send blocks over to you, and in Mario, it's all about the enemies. This leads to some really chaotic scenarios where your screen can be full of obstacles, and I really wish I could explain it better, but honestly, that's all I can say about it. There is some skill ceiling in learning what play options to select and switch to, but I never bothered to learn any of how that works. For me at least, going in guns a-blazing, not knowing what the heck was going on, was fun enough. To be fair though, I have a total of 1 hour between the 3 of these games, and now I already hear the boos from the audience saying that I don't have enough playtime on these games to formulate a proper opinion, and yeah, but I'm gonna keep talking anyway. Let's dive into these games individually for my more in-depth 4-sentence opinions and reviews. I have a crazy conspiracy theory about how Nintendo came to the decision of releasing Tetris 99. A few months before Tetris 99 dropped, Sony released Tetris Effect, which I can easily say is without a doubt my favorite Tetris experience. It's a heavily single-player focused game, compatible with VR, that is all about immersing you in a world with popping visuals and colorful music. Nintendo probably seeing this went, okay, we're losing our loyal fans to Sony over here with a Tetris game. Let's make one in 2 weeks that will be exclusive to Nintendo Switch Online. And then a Tetris Battle Royale game was probably the first idea some intern had, but they didn't have time to think of anything better. Out of the 3 classics these new releases are inspired by, I would say Tetris is probably my favorite, but in a surprise twist, Tetris 99 is probably my least favorite out of the 3. I know competitive Tetris isn't some crazy new concept, but for me at least, Tetris has always felt like a more personal experience. That's probably a wrong opinion, but I'd always play Tetris Effect over Tetris 99 with Online. So when it was Microsoft's turn to do Tetris in 2020, they outsmarted everyone by releasing Tetris Effect with Online. Genius. Okay, then there is Super Mario Bros. 35, which I probably have the least to say about. This was done for the 35th anniversary of Mario, but they made it limited time for some reason, so yeah, you can't actually play this one anymore. I know a lot of people really had a fun time with Mario 35, and this is the one I played the most, so it must be my favorite, I guess. I would say the best thing about this game is when you make it to the top 5 and things become incredibly chaotic. Having to fend off Bowsers while hoping to get a star power up can be pretty exciting. Anyways, now let's talk about Pac-Man. Contrary to popular belief, Pac-Man 99 isn't actually the 99th game in the franchise, but rather the 3rd game in the main continuity of numbered releases, which are all prequels to the Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures TV series.
Time to see what this puppy can do. Mega yum!
That's a joke, of course, but I would honestly say the big yellow cheese works the best out of the 3 in this Battle Royale formula. There is something about eating a huge chain of ghosts to attack your enemies that feels way more deliberate than placing a Tetris block. The pacing and speed of these Pac-Man matches worked really well for me. I had a lot of fun with this one, though it really was a bummer to have to buy the online service again just to play it. That's a good enough transition into my mini online service critique. Obviously I'm not a fan, but I do respect the way Nintendo is going about it. Having these quick burst online minigames come free to all users is a great way to make people forget about the price that they pay for a mediocre online service. They also have the NES and Super NES games on there, but honestly, don't really care all that much about them. Not a bad addition to the Switch, but replacing Virtual Console feels like a cruel prank. I think my general opinions on these games can be summed up in this meme. I want to hate on these games because they're just another version of a game that already has way too many versions. But you know what? I really can't complain all that much because these are all pretty fun. I feel like people are either going to be like me and play these games for 20 minutes, or they're going to play these for hours. I mean, it's all the fast-paced arcade fun of the originals, combined with the thrill of winning an online match. People seem to agree with my moderately positive views on these games because both critic and user scores all hover around the high 70s and low 80s mark on Metacritic. Though I will say that the amount of user reviews on Pac-Man are a little low right now, so let's write one. It's good. And we're going to give it a yellow 7 out of 10 for Pac-Man. Okay, now I'm realizing that you need at least 75 characters in a review, so I'm going to just copy and paste the first paragraph from my script. Alright, so if you guys are looking for a respectable opinion on Pac-Man, you can read my review here by Metacritic Dude. Because I'm probably going to take it down because I don't want to skew the score with my nonsense cheesy gibberish. Also, I had to make a whole Metacritic account for this stupid bit, so hope you appreciate it. Haha. Anyway, enjoy the 99 Craze. Woo!